Good morning, happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well, staying safe, training hard. So we are out for our first very gentle run around since last Sunday's North Chilterns 50k. And the legs actually feel really good. So I took a week off. Just did some walking and things, but nothing strenuous at all. So which has helped a lot. So yeah, it's nice to have that time off. Also had a massage on the Monday after the run, and I think that, whilst it hurt a lot, helped a lot as well. So yeah, pretty good. So we're out today, having the first run in the normal Tamir shoe. See those down there? There they are. Hope you saw that. We'll do that again. There you go. So yeah, there'll be a review coming up on the channel soon on those shoes. But yeah, first thoughts are very comfortable upper. More so than I thought. And they actually fit my foot shape better than I thought they would as well. So yeah, let's see how we get on. So just a really gentle run today. So I thought I'd just talk you through my year really, just while we're out here. So we started off the year doing the Peders Way Ultra. Good morning. Morning. And the Peders Way Ultra is a 48-mile run from the Suffolk border, starting Thetford Forest up to the Norfolk coastline, and that was in January, and that was a very good race. Good morning. And yeah, really enjoyed that, and I think I did relatively well in that race as well. I can't remember the exact finishing time, but yeah, I think I was quite pleased with that effort. So let me just slow down for a walk for a minute. So yeah, I think that race went well for me, and set me up for the year quite nicely actually. Then went into April and went and did the Testway Ultra, and again another good race. Slightly tougher race because the first 10 miles of that race, if you're doing the 50-mile version, which I did, are pretty hilly. And yeah, but got after those first 10 miles, the course, I wouldn't say flattened out, but it moved to more rolling, gentle hills that you could basically run quite comfortably. So again, I think we did alright in that race. I think actually if I went back and did that race, I could probably go quicker, because there were a few mistakes that I made in the first maybe 15-20 miles that I think if I'd have run it again, I would probably do a better job. And possibly the same with the Peders Way, even though the Peders Way I was quite happy with how I finished that. I think if I went back and did it again, I would probably have a quicker finishing time. But there you go, that's the way things go, and you know, I never usually do the same race twice. There will be a couple of exceptions to that, but I don't usually do the same race twice just because there's so many out there, you know, and I'm getting older. So at the end of the day, you know, I want to get around as many of those as I can before my body says stop it. So, but anyway, after the Peders Way, we then got into training for the Salomon Serpent Trail 100k, and yeah, that was a tough old race. Yeah, I probably wasn't as prepared for that race as I thought I would be, although I didn't feel that way when I went into it. Morning. But still, you know, I really enjoyed that race. It's my goal race of the year, and I did train incredibly hard for it, and we got through it. Probably not as quick as I wanted to get through it, but then the course profile was what done me in really. Particularly the first 50k, the hills are quite special. So you know, it is what it is. I will go back and do that one again though, you know, because I really enjoyed it. I know I can do better at it. I think I did 13.5 hours or 13 hours, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 13 hours. I think I beat my overall 100k time for it by about half an hour. I'll have to go back and check on the time. But yeah, it's and I might post those actually below on YouTube, just the times of all my races, just so you can see what I've done in the year. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable race, and got to meet some cracking people or what have you. So that was good. And then kind of after that, went on holiday, had a good rest. But it felt almost detrimental to my body having that much rest, because you know, I came back from holiday, really struggled to get back into training again after having 3 weeks off running. It took me ages to blow the cobwebs away and get my body up to being comfortable up to any kind of distance. And then I was training for the race that just happened, the North Children's. I picked up an injury, so I was just getting up to some decent mileage. You know, longest run has been 21 miles. Really should have been at the 24, 25 mile stage at that point in my training block. But I picked up a calf injury just walking up a set of stairs at the train station. So, you know, the last 3 weeks were all about body management. So the fitness wasn't as good as it should have been, which means the last race was a lot slower than it should have been. It took me nearly 5 hours 55 minutes. I would have hoped to have done the race like that, even though it was hilly, in 5.5 hours. And but yeah, still, I made it round. I can tick it off a list. Would I go back and do that one again? I don't know, maybe. It's a small race, there's only 100 competitors in it, and I came, as I usually do in those type of 50k races, about halfway, 52nd place I think I came. And the places don't really matter, it's more about your time, your own goals, isn't it? But you know, I'm never going to win a race like that, so placing shouldn't really matter. But I know what my strengths are, and I know I could have done better if I'd have been fitter in that race, but it is what it is. I'm not going to feel too down about it or anything like that. You know, at the end of the day, I completed another 50k ultra marathon, so I'm proud of that. And we move on. So there's no more races this year. 2022's done, and I'm happy with what I've achieved over this year. And we look forward now to 2023. And again, we're starting off early in the year by doing the Arc of Attrition Arc 50 at the end of January. So, but I'll come on to those races in another video and let you know what we're planning for 2023 in a bit more detail. What charity the RBR charity is going to be supporting this year, or next year, sorry, and go from there really. But I hope you have a good Sunday, and I will catch up with you soon.